It's Raleigh. Today I'm doing a Q&A, which was heavily requested for my 2,000 subscriber special, which is crazy that I could ever have that many. Thank you all so much. So, have had viewers ask me questions in my Discord, so we'll be answering those and flashing the question on the screen as well as the asker, so that you know. So, first question. How did you figure out how to do ASMR? And what helped you achieve that? Well, in all honesty, I just listened to lots of ASMR from other creators, and I slowly learned how that way. And originally first experimented with Fursuit pause on my old microphone, and I liked the way that it sounded and tried again after I got a better, newer microphone, which that was my first video, which was only supposed to be a test, but many people enjoyed it, so it became why I am sitting here right now talking to you. Are there any other ASM artists who inspire you? Well, yes. In fact, Snowball was the main inspiration for my channel and the content that I create. I saw how much fun they were having and how good the sounds they would make were, and wanted to try it myself. And they were a huge part in me beginning this, and I thank them for their wonderful content that they produce. And of course, there were others, such as Arrow and Minky, as well as Dano GSD, who makes incredibly in-depth and detailed ASMR. Is very much worth a listen. As well, there are many others who I cannot list all of. And I have also met many people along the way who have continued to inspire me, such as Dushka and several others, even smaller creators, such as my friend Sterling. How long have I been a furry? Well, I believe, technically speaking, since 2016. And that was when I actually learned what a furry was. And only through being called one by my friend. And I believe prior to that, have been one since at least 2014. So, I've seen many things in this fandom, and been involved in many things as well. What's my day-to-day life like? Well, mostly consists of school and working in relation to that, such as assignments assignments and other homework. But after classes, I usually come home and do homework or just play games on my computer, which is a lot of fun. Either that or I talk with friends or sit in my server's voice chat with others, which is fun. But all in all, my life is quite busy. Will you be my best friend? Okay. I want to be everyone's friend, as long as you are nice and not mean. Please do not be mean. In my opinion, what's the hardest part about recording ASMR? Well, as you can possibly hear, the hardest is probably the background noise and making sure everything is quiet enough so that the important parts are recorded accurately. And have done several takes of sections of my recordings in order to get everything working correctly. As well, setting up does take quite a while. This setup, for instance, took at least 30 minutes, but is all worth it in the end. As well, sometimes I get very nervous about my content and hope that people still like it and that I do not mess up any part. I always want to do what's best for all of you. What inspired my Sona's species? Well, many years of not knowing what they were. Their design has changed very much over the past nearly 6 years that I have had them. And after evolving much, I had decided after much research that their markings resembled a tanuki a decent amount. And of course, antlers and buff tail matches well with a deer. So it just stuck. As well, tanukis are just very, very cute. And I love them very much. There is also a lot of history and folklore surrounding the species, which I find interesting. Why did I decide to become a furry? Well, it more chose me, if that makes any sense. I very much just enjoyed the creativity and artwork surrounding the fandom. And that is once I discovered more about it. But at the time I was quite young and liked the idea of being a fluffy animal, which I had wanted to be since I was very young, and it seemed to fit. So when I found out, I, of course, accepted. How many cons have I been to? I've been to only 2 so far. Midwest Fur Fest 2021 was my first, and in fact was where I acquired my suit from my maker, who I went with. And my second was Anthro Expo 2022, which I went to with several friends and was very fun. I have been to Virality 2021, but that was a virtual convention, so I don't entirely count it. but was still very fun. I will be going to several more this year, such as Stratosphere in mid-June, Anthrocon in late June, and Midwest Furfest in December. I hope I might see some of you there. Do I have a furry crush? I do not know how to answer. I would say, if anyone, it would probably be on some of my friends' characters, just because they are very cute. I've seen several suitors that I also find very cute at conventions, but I do not know their name. I do like wild dogs, such as Ransom. They are quite cute. What is my favorite game? I would say my favorite story-based game is Undertale. I cried very hard while playing it, and it made a very profound emotional impact upon me at the time. My favorite game of all time, likely, is Team Fortress 2. Is a game I can always come back to when not infested by bots or otherwise hackers. And I've been playing for many years and have always enjoyed. Do I want to be transferred? If put into the situation where I could become a furry creature by any means, yes, I would love to become my persona. What is cheese plus furry? That is a circle. No offense to circles, but you are blocks of cheese, and we love you. Can I have a hug? Yes, you can. What is my favorite food? I would say cookie and milk, probably. Either that or baked Alaskan halibut, fresh caught. I had caught some one time and it was absolutely delicious and very much wish I could have again. What are my plans for the future? Well, I would love to go to more conventions over time after I get a good job, which I hopefully will get, assuming everything is okay. But we'll graduate college in the coming years and hopefully be able to do that. As well, would love to go to Japan someday. Has being in the furry community and having a YouTube channel helped me in any way? It has very much. Being in the fandom itself has allowed me to discover myself and discover things about me that I may otherwise have not been able, given my situation at home and my home life. It has been a sanctuary for me and a place for me to feel safe and meet many wonderful people. And having a YouTube channel has allowed me to put content that I love to create for others to see, and they apparently also like it as well, which is very surprising and overwhelming to me, and cannot think about it too much or will get overwhelmed. I very much appreciate you all. Having a community to interact with and new friends to make is also very rewarding and very nice. I very much like communicating and talking with all of you when I get a chance. has allowed me to meet many good people, and I'm very grateful for that. Who is my favorite furry YouTuber? If considering ASM artists, I would have to say Snowball is one of my favorites, as well as Pocket. Pocket, by the way, also very much inspired me. I had forgotten to mention that, but Pocket very much inspired me as well. Aside from ASM artists, I would have to say that I do not know because I do not watch furry YouTubers very much. At least none that are relatively mainstream. Well, I play Truffle too. Well, I have for a community night at one point, and would love to do it again. Have I ever tried sleeping in my suit? And if so, was it comfortable? Yes. In fact, while recording the Cuddles video, I actually did fall asleep while in Fursuit. And much of the audio was recorded while I was asleep. So, you really did get cuddled to sleep by Raleigh. But yes, it is surprisingly comfortable. It's like a weighted blanket or very fuzzy pajamas. Alas, it is very warm. Why do I do ASMR videos in Fursuit? And who were my inspirations before all of that? I much prefer wearing a fursuit as it conceals my identity and nobody knows who I am, which brings me much comfort as well. And I think it's just much cuter than having me stare at the camera. My inspirations prior to all of this, as said, were Snowball, Pocket Fox, and others as well, such as Arrow. And again, there are many. Very hard to remember and list them all. What trigger is most fun to record? Well, I very much like recording tapping sounds. They are very fun, but brushing the microphone with paws is perhaps my favorite, and is also my favorite trigger. It's just very relaxing, and I've nearly fallen asleep before while recording. Do I have any other personas or OCs? Yes, actually, I have a wild dog named Cookie. Was a gift from my friend and suit maker. And also a character that I adopted, who I have made into a coyote named Dusty. And I love her design very much. But I do not have any others. I did very long ago, but none of them exist anymore. Why am I so cute? Well, I suppose it's only perception. You may see me as such, but I do not. I could say the very same about you. You are very cute as well. Who is my favorite musician? I very much like Porter Robinson, and also vaporwave artists such as Hotel Balls, Allison, Youtsu, and Cat System Corp. Also am a fan of classic music such as 80s artists like Tears for Fears, Hall and Oates, and others. My favorite musician changes a lot. But as of now, would probably be either Lemon Demon or Porter Robinson. How did I know I was a furry? It was actually asked by one of my best friends when I was younger. I had not known them yet, and they had taken my phone while I was in class. At the time, Five Nights at Freddy's was popular, and I had Foxy as my phone background and had several pictures of them in my photos. And they were looking through my phone and saw all of those and asked me what my persona was. They were the first words ever said to me by this person, and I did not know what they meant. I did not know what a persona was or what a furry was, but I found out very shortly after and realized I was very much a furry. And the rest is history. What is my favorite color? I very much like orange, of course, and pink, as well as blues. Very pretty light blues with a hint of turquoise in them, or just turquoise. I very much like those colors. What were my results on the 16 personalities test? I do not remember, as it has been many years since I have taken it. So I will take it and put the results right here for you so that you can see. And those are all of the questions that I have. I hope you all enjoyed this fireside chat. Thank you all very, very much for all of your support. It is beyond anything I may have ever expected and is very overwhelming. And I very much appreciate it, more than I can express. So, until next time, rest well, cutie.